Well, please pardon my nurse humor. I'm trying to decide what I want to title this video. Fecal transplant. So, if you don't know what a fecal transplant is, you can look that up. Or Confessions of a Reformed Monocropping Organic Farmer. So, the reason I say this stuff is I would really get dismayed when I would see deer grazing, eating oats, any one of my green manures that I had, because I knew they were coming in to eat my other vegetables that I was growing. Um, but the I didn't really understand back those days that that's the way nature's supposed to be. That's what they're supposed to be doing. They're supposed to be coming by and eating and grazing and moving on and doing this. And meanwhile, while they're chewing on the grass, the saliva is coming out of their mouth and it's supporting the microbes in the soil. And it's a symbiotic relationship. Now, what I'm going to do, and why I called it a fecal transplant, is I'm going to take this to a spot where I'm trying to grow grass, because this is nice grass. You see, I used to rototill this and try to plant oats and stuff in here, and here was some grapevines that I put in, and believe it or not, the grass has migrated away from where I stopped tilling, or where I couldn't get in there to till. And so I have these spots of grass and it's beautiful. Look at that. There would be people that would love to have this grass in their lawn. This is in November in Maine. Look around, it's brown. So I'm going to take out this little spot here and I'll go get some soil from another spot where I actually am going to transplant this. And I'll show you what I've done when I do that. All right, so this is where I'm going to do the transplant. And I've actually done this last year. The only spots around here that actually are green are where I've actually transplanted grass from my lawn in between my fields over there in spade size pieces. Everything else is dead because it's in everything that grew up in here this summer was an annual grass and they all die out. These grasses here are perennial grasses that do reseed, like that Timothy, which I've seeded. And now I'm going to do this transplant, injecting some nitrogen in, and then I'll take some of this soil here and take it over there to where I brought this over. So yeah, this is a process. Look at the difference in the soil. I think you can still make out that deer droppings there, and some of the grass. And I'm going to mark this because what's an experiment without a way of measuring whether or not it was successful. So there we go. I put the rest of the soil around the sod, so I'll go find some other dirt to transplant into the hole that I made in the other spot. So this is the location of where I took that piece of sod from. There's with any kind of experiment, you want to make sure that you're checking as much as you can. So I got some soil from another spot. Look at that, there's a nice earthworm right there. And we'll mark that as well. These are just some pieces of slab wood. There. I know this will fill in because it already has filled in, but I want to see it. This I had given up on as a field because it was dead. I had done everything you're supposed to do with a organic farm: rotate crops, add green manures, fallow field, you name it. I didn't put compost on because the only compost I have is leaf material. Well, if you start grabbing leaves from around, you're going to grab seeds, and you're just going to inject more weeds into your and I'm a one man show here, so this causes a circle of needing to till more, cultivate more, which kills your soil. And that's what I had done to this. Yes, I admit it. That's why this is a confession of a monocropping organic farmer. I believed that was the way to go. So what I'm going to do in the future here is promote things such as this Timothy grass, and I'm going to plant individual spots of tomatoes or cucumbers, because I can sell those. Those actually people will buy, and put some fabric barrier down only where the plant is. Put a tomato cage up and grow the plant vertically and cover it with fabric barrier and or some sort of netting to protect it from the deer. And the deer can come in. I'll protect it well enough on a small scale, just one plant here or there, and the deer can come in here and poop all they want. And I'll leave the tomato cage so I'll know not to plant there in the same spot next year. So I'm, one, using manure because the deer will be coming in here to poop. Two, I'll be rotating crops, and I'll use a cultural control of avoiding pathogens from such plants such as tomatoes that harbor pathogens in their root systems. I'm not going to allow that to keep infecting the soil in that one spot, because I won't do it in the same spot. So I hope that kind of ties the beginning of this video together, where I am doing a fecal transplant and confessions of a organic monocropping farmer. Regenerative is the way nature intended us to live. And I've got some other ideas as well. So stay tuned. Hope you like this content. If you don't agree with it, please leave a comment. I would really like to talk to somebody, and spark up a conversation about this. Thank you for watching.